Test 1, 2. Okay, first up is Cindy. I think it mostly looks pretty good. I think there's just a funny bit at the end. It kind of lands pretty hard. So let's take a look at that in Maya. Okay. Let's maybe look at the front view and show the curves, and I might start by looking at the forward momentum here. There's this funny bit at the end, so I might take some of that out, make it maybe not slow down quite so much. Oh. That. Let's take a look at the Y curve, and this one's a little weird the way it isn't centered there. Maybe this one's just a little too flat on top. And maybe I'd put another little bounce right at the end here. I might just set another Y key here and just a small bounce. Let's see how that looks. I think that's a little better. Yeah. Okay. Other than that, looking good. Okay, let's look at the Cindy's realistic bounce. I love that extra little hop in there. She posted her reference, which is always great. This is slow motion. Wow, that's really interesting with the different center of gravity there, where it's doing that kind of wobbly spin. That's pretty cool. Not an easy thing to replicate, though. Yeah, I think given the sort of limitations of the rig, I think you did really well. You have that first one has a pretty big squash, and then the subsequent ones have not so much, which I think matches the reference. Yeah, I don't really have any changes to this. I think that turned out really good. So, nice work on that. Let's go to Maddie, and we'll start with cartoony balance. This is mostly good. I think it almost seems to accelerate a tiny bit at the end. Let's take a look at the Maya file. Show the curves. Graph header. Yeah, this is a bit wacky here. I might take out these and maybe move that up a bit. And maybe try to kind of get this to be a little bit more linear. So it's a little bit more like that, maybe. take a look. And yeah, I guess you were trying to do a little rollback at the end or something. I'm not sure, but let's take a look at that. Yeah, I might just take that out and oops, maybe decrease how much that is slowing down, and then also importantly, get that linear at the beginning so it starts, you know, at a more even speed. It's looking a little better. And let's check that Y translate as well. Oh yeah, this looks a little, you know, if it's going to be that small of a bounce, I think, first of all, let's scale that down, but I think this could happen over less time because this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think this could take less time. So let's, you know, maybe take a frame off there and a frame off here, and then just that, and then maybe you want to do another 1, 2 little bounce here. And then go back down there. Oops. Just a little tiny bounce here. Oh. Break that one. Yeah, that extra little tiny bounce can be sort of helpful, I think. Finish it off. And then I might tone down those squash and stretch a little bit on those first couple. So something like that. And then let's take a look at the realistic. That's good. Yeah. Feels very real to me. I love the kind of weird stuff that happens when you observe a real ball. Like, you know, it didn't have any forward momentum and then it picks it up from the rotation, but in a kind of unpredictable way. Yeah, that feels very real to me. It feels like one of those super balls. That's what we called them when I was a kid. I don't know what people call them now. Little, very small, dense rubber ball. Yeah, that's great. Really good. Next up is how you. And let's start with the cartoony. Okay, I think we've got some issues here. I think the first one is, I think with the Y translate curve. Let's take a look at that in Maya. I might just check my stream. Looks like there might be a problem here. I'll start a new one before we do that.